All right. And then can I also have barbecue sauce? Or do you have like a buffalo sauce? No Chick-fil-A sauce?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Daily Hotpot. I am your co-host, Drift, aka Robbie.
And I am Khan. Good Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well.
Hope everyone is having a great flippity-doo Friday morning. And Khan, we got some things to get on top of, some things to top over this week that we're about to end here. Do you know what we're talking about today, buddy?
Blankets.
Yep, blankets, guys. Time to sleep. All right, thank you for watching, guys.
All right. Yeah, fall and winter are just around the corner now, guys.
But all these other side topics aside, we are going to be talking about what our favorites, or just in general, condiments. I have to enunciate, or else you guys think I'm saying something else. If so, we'll do a brand ranking. Trojans are not bad. No, I'm just kidding. So yes, condiments: ketchup, mustard, mayo, Japanese mayo, celery, not celery. What was I saying? What's that frickin' the green one? Why am I forgetting what it's called? Relish, horseradish, you name it.
Relish. Okay.
It's relish is sort of a condiment.
It's such a vague term though.
It
For
is.
me, like sauces, like barbecue sauce, I don't know. Even dipping sauce is a common. Like it's ketchup. Ketchup can be a topping, or it could be a dipper, or it could be a sauce.
Shit, that is true. Okay, where should we draw the line in the sand? Are we accepting all dippable sauces as well?
I think so too, because I love dipping things. Like salsa and chips.
Oof.
Up there for me. Even Indian food, naan, and certain saucy, I don't know, dishes. So good. So good. And let's not forget about ketchup. Yo, that's a dipping sauce, guys.
It
what
is.
do you eat your fries with, right?
That is true. That is true. Shit. It's tough. It's tough. If we're opening up the world to all acceptable dipping pleasures, then this will definitely be a tough race to run for a lot of our competitors. But Khan, I think we just really gotta discuss what our top ones are. I'd like to have two specific picks for each of us.
Okay.
And I want one pick to be our personal, favorite go-to in terms of it can go on anything and we love using it. And it's something we use all the time, maybe, or maybe just the most frequently used one. But our other choice, I want it to be like the absolute best condiment you've ever had, / sauce you've ever had. Because the best sauce you've ever had certainly doesn't have to be on everything, right? Like that probably wouldn't go on your favorite fries, but by golly, that one thing, best you've ever had. You may not use it all the time, but that was the best you've ever had. Would you like to kick us off, brother, with either or?
Yeah. I mean, that is a hard one. And for some reason, the very first thing that comes to mind is something I do quite a lot. Because I actually do like to, sadly, heat up frozen fries quite a lot. Frozen chicken nuggets, frozen fries, frozen tater tots. I like having, and I like just throwing it into like the air fryer just to have as a snack. And my go-to, mostly because I'm lazy, ketchup and mayo.
Little Thousand Island,
I don't know,
fake Thousand Island action going on.
Yeah, just like ketchup and mayo. Like you cannot go wrong with ketchup and mayo with fries. Even chicken nuggets is pretty good. So what I do is half ketchup, half mayo, with a little bit of sriracha sauce.
Ooh, okay.
And
okay.
That's my go-to dipping sauce for all fast, quote unquote, type food, frozen stuff. So I would say, because I use it the most often, that would probably be my number one. Very specifically, ketchup and mayo.
That is an elite combo. I think there's other words people have called it. They call it volcano sauce. They called it many things. What do you call it? Do you just call it as the two separate things, or do you have like a special name?
Yeah, I call it ketchup mayo, because my combination of what I just said is literally what you get in like cheap sushi restaurants. So here we have a something called like you said, volcano roll. Where it's basically a California roll with that sauce on top of it. And people love it here. It's like very, I don't know if I doubt people like it in the West Coast, but here in New Jersey, that's a staple on your generic sushi place. volcano roll with that sauce.
I was gonna say, well, I know of a volcano roll in the West Coast. I don't know they're of the same sauce because I think I would definitely be able to taste the difference because we're not gonna confuse this volcano sauce concoction with Japanese mayo. Those are two very different things.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
I
There's
think you're
very
right.
similar colors.
I think you're right.
Very similar
Yes,
colors.
yes.
But
I
two
think you're
very,
right.
very different flavors, I think.
Yes, I do think you're right. It is Japanese sauce that we call volcano sauce here.
Okay, gotcha. Then
Although they do taste, I don't even know if I consider it a different taste. It still tastes like ketchup and mayo with wasabi. I mean, sriracha for me to be.
okay, well, you know, like if you were to like divvy up what flavor profiles you're getting from Japanese mayo, I wouldn't argue with you that you aren't getting those three things. But
Yeah,
but I'm sure a genuine Japanese mayo is like not those things, right?
that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. It's like wasabi, right? The wasabi normally you eat is not wasabi. It's like horseradish.
It's
or something.
horseradish, right? Some sort of weird thing that like approximates. Yeah. Well, that's an elite pick. That is definitely an elite pick. Do you mind if I spill mine first before we get to the best evers that we've ever had? So I think my go-to, and I'm gonna be very, very plain with this one, but again, this falls under a category. Like this is something we can use on anything. Goes on a lot of things. The most frequented, good old reliable when you gotta break the glass and you can't find anything else you like. I gotta say, as a kid, I didn't like condiments, like at all. I was the fucking plain cheeseburger kid. Yeah, fucking fight me. But as I grew up, I became an appreciator of ranch. Look, man, ranch is pretty solid because I think you can dip your fries in ranch. I was never a person to dip pizza in ranch. I know some kids did it. I don't like to adulterate a pizza with some vile otherness, but ranch with your chicken nuggies, ranch with your chicken tendies, a lot of dippable things. I think that's my go-to. Even now with ketchup and mustard, probably not mustard as much as a dipper, but as ketchup, I didn't like ketchup as much as a kid. And even nowadays, I think it's fine. I wouldn't go out of my way to ask for ketchup, but I would ask for some good old ranch. So I don't know. I think ranch is just, it's a pungent flavor that hits on these kind of like big body overtones that is not as high and sweet as ketchup is. I think it hits a very different flavor profile, obviously. I think it's a flavor profile that I like with my savory foods versus the sweetness of ketchup throws me off, which is okay, I'm Filipino. So I might say some fucking blasphemy here. Okay? Not the hugest fan of Filipino spaghetti, all right? Fucking fight me, all right? Fucking fight me, Filipinos, all right? But we use like banana ketchup in Filipino spaghetti.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
It's a sweet spaghetti, and I don't think it's awful, but like I like a good classic savory Italian spaghetti. When it's sweet, it throws me off. I don't care how many fucking chopped hot dogs you throw into that Filipino spaghetti, it ain't gonna save it for me. So yeah, ranch for me is a goated go-to, and I think it'll forever be in my annals of history as a sauce that converted me into a condiment guy for sure.
I can agree with that. Recently, once again, I made frozen food. So frozen chicken wings. For some reason, ranch and chicken wings, spicy, saucy ones in particular, go super well together. However, on the reverse side, if it's like your regular old ShopRite like fried chicken,
Ooh.
I use ketchup. I don't know what you use, but I use ketchup.
I would still cut with the ranch. I think I agree with you. The best combo is that kind of like spicy end, and it gets cut by the fattiness of ranch. I don't know, I like the taste of ranch enough to eat it with some plain wingies. But again, no hate to ketchup fans. If you love your ketchup, hey man, throw down.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the appetizer, the chicken wing appetizer with ranch, and it comes with carrots and celery? Are you a fan of that combo?
I'll admit I don't partake too much in the celery and carrots. I actually like celery and carrots. I understand its placement in the dish as a palate cleanser, but if I'm getting an order of fucking chicken wings, I'm not here to cleanse that palate, baby. I'm here to soothe myself in the savory, fatty glory of ranch and wings. I don't need to cleanse my palate from it. But obviously, if we finish the basket early and all I gotta munch on is some fucking baby carrots and some celery, I'll throw down. I'll throw down with a little bit of ranch. I'm not a hater. I welcome it. You know what? I'm not a fan, but I welcome it in.
You know what I do hate though? Ranch dressing sauce. People who put ranch dressing on their salads.
Yeah, sorry,
I don't know
I
why.
don't eat ranch with
I don't know
my
why.
my salad.
Yeah, like I don't judge often, but I will judge if you put ranch dressing on your salad.
Does it
Like,
feel
come
like a
on.
baby fix to a salad?
Yeah, it's like at least use like your generic Italian dressing. Like it's bad, but it's less bad.
Mm.
Like, balsamic vinegar. Make it nice and easy. Come on.
I am a fan of a Caesar salad vinaigrette dressing. I'm a fan of it. I could throw down on it. I've had better. Yeah, I agree. If you've put ranch on a salad, that is such a 5-year-old fix to eating greens.
For real.
Like when I can't even see the green anymore, I just see you eating what's essentially a green leaf cereal with your
Yeah.
overdone milk. That's why I'm like, okay, brother, you might as well just
Weirds me out.
drink the bottle at this point. I don't know what's going on there. I agree. But you know what's also a sneaky salad topping or condiment, should I say, that I sometimes used to get at my like Safeway salads, you know, was the Chipotle Southwest sauce.
Yo, we have a bottle of that. And dang, do I like it?
Dude, Chipotle Southwest can throw down. This isn't my pick for the best sauce ever, but man, bro,
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
a good one. Oh,
I agree.
Smoky, savory. It has a less zing ting at the end.
Yeah. You know what? It goes pretty good, and I think naturally so, but it goes pretty good with like cheap steak, that like
Yeah.
stir-fried steak.
Yeah.
And like throw some rice in there. Bam, you got yourself a fake Chipotle bowl. Oh, so good.
You know, I have a question about you mentioned steak. Are you a guy that likes to eat your steak a la carte in terms of not having any sauce? Are you like an A1 steak sauce guy, or do you like the restaurant given steak sauces?
I'm a fan of trying and tasting all types of meat. So if it's a very saucy steak, sure, why not?
Okay.
But I don't just randomly throw on A1 steak sauce on steak, right? I would prefer a charred, crusty outside
Mm,
and a soft, medium rare inside.
Preach.
And it could be sauceless because it's already, quite moist
Right.
already and
Right.
tasty. Sprinkle in some salt, pepper. You're good to go. At least that's for me. That's the way steak it should be for the most part.
I agree. Yeah, for any like proper like ounced steak, like we're not talking about a Salisbury and these random burger equivalents where they're all saucy and wet. I don't need a wet steak. I'm talking about a good proper. Give me a little New York cut or whatever. Any good steak, I can eat that by itself. I know there's some people that like they have to like ask the waiter, "Yo, can I get some A1 steak sauce?" I want to throw up, bro. I'm like, are you like
It's kinda-
ruining your steak, bro, by throwing it, just sousing it up?
My dad has done that a few times when I've taken him out to like steakhouses, right?
Right.
Which is like he doesn't get it. I think it's mostly because like, oh, we're at an American place. You gotta ask for A1, right?
Right.
Like no, like he also doesn't really like medium rare, like how we like medium rare.
Is he like which end is he though? Is he
Just medium. He's just medium.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Medium is red enough for him. Yeah.
I thought he was a well done guy. I was like, oh, shout out to Kaylee.
Nah. No. Also, I don't know if it's like a Vietnamese thing. Let me know if you do this too.
Okay.
Steak, like simple steak, and the sauce is lime, salt, and pepper.
Lime, salt, and pepper. I'm talking about like as like when you do like the touch dips, like the textured touch dips
Yeah.
on like a bite.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Is that a Vietnamese thing?
It might be a Viet thing because at least for the Philippines, we don't have a steak culture, and steak is not like very big in our culture. I think the only thing that's like beef or like steak related is like our thing called bistek, which is like chop sueyed stir fried like beef and like soy sauce and like onions. Like we don't have like
Got
a
it.
steak thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do the same sauce, dipping sauce with chicken also, like boiled chicken. If you haven't, give it a go. Pretty good.
I mean, it sounds fire. Like, it's just very simple, something that just adds a little zinger. I just don't like sauces. Like, for something as pure as steak, I don't want us to sound elitist, but like, if I'm gonna put my money down to buy some fucking steak, I want to taste the steak. I don't want to taste the sauce surrounding a steak.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with sushi, where people like double dip that shit into soy sauce, and like half the rice is just brown now because it's soy sauce. It's like, bro, Eating the sushi roll, or are you just eating half a bucket of soy sauce? What are we paying
It
for?
depends on the sushi. It
If it's
depends.
bad,
Like
I'll
we
need to drown
haven't.
it.
Yeah, we have like an all you can eat, I guess, sushi place here. Quite a
Mm,
lot of them.
yeah.
And if it's like a California roll or like something like very generic American, I would dip that shit in that mayo, like just
Oh,
drench it.
oh, for sure.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm there for the mayo, less so for the California roll in that case.
I can agree. If it's like the cheap ones, yeah, for sure. But if I'm like a really high
Hmm.
end sushi place, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure even like the sushi chef that's in front of me is gonna like slap me if I excessively do some soy sauce action.
I have never been to an omasaki place. Have you?
So
Surprisingly, I've never been.
the one with courses, like specific chef courses and the sushi chef
Yeah,
courses. So I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
been that high end. I have went to, funny enough, it was fuck, what is it called? It's an SF, but it's like, okay, I'm forgetting the name. But that was probably the highest I've ever been. It was probably a really expensive sushi place, but I haven't been to like millionaire status
Mm,
sushi
no.
experience.
I mean, they have quote unquote cheap ones for like $100,
Right.
right? I've never been to them, but very curious if it's worth it for the experience or not of going to a nice one. Because honestly, I do not like taking too long for dinner,
Mm.
right? And I also don't like it when someone yaps about the dish too much. I don't know.
Oh, you mean
I don't
like
know.
the chef or like the party you're with
The
eating it?
chef,
Oh, the
just
chef.
in
Okay.
general, the
Okay.
chef, yeah.
So you
Yeah.
don't want to experience any of those super high end restaurants where it's like it's a course set, like a
Yeah,
10
I mean,
course, and they're
I've been
like,
to I've been to a bunch of like high end 8, 10 course dinners that are like 2, 3 hours long, and man, not worth it in my opinion. I don't think it's like the experience for me.
I've actually never been to a course restaurant before, and I've always wanted to, but I'm just like, damn, bro,
Hmm.
like, do I have the patience? Because I'm also a quick eater, so I feel like once they get out course 1, course 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm like half the time I'm like waiting and going like, all right, guys, was it good?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm actually a slow eater. I'm a slow eater, but I
I'm
don't like the
fast.
experience of it.
We'll see. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe next time on the pod, guys, we'll let you know when we go little 10 course somewhere.
Mm.
Well, before we get lost
Well,
in the sauce, no pun intended, we would
yes.
like to move on to
So,
our greatest and the best.
my greatest and best, and I don't think this would be a surprise.
Mm.
I think this is more of an ingredient than
Okay.
anything. Fish sauce
Oh, sweet.
for
Yeah.
me is probably the best. We have Thai food, we have Vietnamese food, we
Mm.
have Vietnamese sauce, we have like obviously pad Thai and various things you can do with that smelly fermented fish juice. So
Mm.
for me, I would say that's the best, and I think that's just a biased, cultured opinion of mine.
I mean, that's a great answer. As a fellow Southeast Asian, that would be up there for
Mm,
me as well. But I have to say, for me, I also chose something very culturally relevant. Maybe not specifically to my culture as a Filipino, but just an Asian culture. My goated sauce.
okay.
And this isn't even like the best I've ever had all time. Like, sure, I've had some that are like, oh my God, what sauce is this? I'm going to freaking cream my pants. But this sauce may not go on everything, but it's the day one. Oh, brightens my day. And that is the Maggi rice seasoning sauce. Brother, that shit literally takes any like most dish. I think I've been putting that on my rice, on various Filipino dishes, just on my rice to season my rice for like a millennia at this point. Like that Maggi with the yellow branding wrap and the yellow bottle cap. And they have different ones now. They got fucking like spicy versions or whatever, but that classic soy sauce based rice seasoning. Oh man. I mean, I know I sound Asian as shit right now, but brother, you just can't go wrong. And for those of you that have it, you know what I mean. That it just takes a couple
Yeah.
shakes and your rice is just your rice got it, man. It has the aura now. To use words from the kids, and yeah, Maggi rice seasoning, forever goated, in my opinion.
We use that as soy sauce in my house. So we
just
have
as soy sauce.
Yeah, but we normally use this. I've never bothered to look into it, but every time like there's a soy sauce need,
Mm.
we just go to this one. So yeah, I agree. That's a good one. That is also something I use almost daily that I didn't even know of what it was called. I had to Google that.
Yeah, Maggi, Maggi.
Mhm.
Goated word, goated name. It's oh man, yeah, wow. Con, I'm happy we were able to walk down memory lane and look back past
Yes.
this Carnegie Hall of condiments.
There are so many we didn't even talk about, man.
There's
So
actually
many.
quite a few we didn't talk about, but this episode's getting
We
a
got
little long in the tooth.
yes.
But do you have anything left to tell the folks now that we've told them about our condiment preferences?
Shout out to mustard that no one ever really talks about.
Look, man, mustard is such a strong flavor. I don't know, man. I personally can't. I personally can't. I think if people call it underrated, I think it's rated as it should be.
I agree. It's pretty mid.
It's pretty mid.
Mid condiment.
There you go. We lost about half our viewers. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our full week of pods, and especially this pod for your Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this week as we make our little comeback away from hiatus. And we can't wait to join you guys next week where we got more to talk about on the Daily Hotpot. And as usual, take it easy.
Bye.